Bitcoin is about to have a slight mini dump, and I'm going to be telling you the strategies, the trading strategies that I'm going to be implementing. And of course, this is not going to be financial advice. You know me, I'm not really a financial advisor, and you guys better do your own due diligence. And we are also going to talk about EOS because I really think that there's huge trading opportunities when it comes to EOS. If you guys are interested in that type of material, then you should definitely hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. Can you kindly smash the like button for me right now? It really helps my YouTube channel do better. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's video, and I hope you guys really got to sail around the area that we talked about yesterday. But in today's video, I really want to focus on the few patterns that I really discovered, and we are mainly going to be using Fibonacci levels because we have already exhausted this topic. We do understand that this was an earlier wave and this is a corrective wave structure. So right now we are still correcting, and the most important thing that we have to do right now is recognize the type of trading strategies that we can be able to implement in such an environment. Remember, you are supposed to know exactly what type of trading environment you are dealing with. So right now we are correcting. So within this correction, there's obviously going to be fluctuations, ups and downs. So what we are supposed to do is recognize those ups and those downs so that we can try to get in some trades like right at the low and then selling at the high. And then I'm going to tell you the other strategies that I'm going to be implementing once the corrective wave structure is done, because you don't really want to end up doing the wrong thing, because you might end up losing a lot of money. So yeah, let's jump into this. The thing that I really wanted us to look at is obviously the Fibonacci levels, because Fibonacci levels are really important. So first of all, let's try to look at that one. We are also going to look at that one as well, swing high to the swing low, and last but not the least, we are also going to look at the most recent one, the one that we are dealing with right now. So if you guys had to really look at this, right, you are going to discover that they are pretty much having some sort of slight similarities, if I can put it that way. So first of all, let's just focus on the first down what momentum that we had here. Of course, we had another one right over here, but I really find that these three are very significant and they are very similar. They possess similar characteristics as opposed to this one. So yeah, let's try to look at this one from the swing high from right over here all the way to the swing low right over here. As you guys can see, it actually ended up bouncing back up to the 38.2% fib level, right around this area, if you guys can see it. Then of course we had to test the bottom as well, and then we ended up topping off right around this area. This is where this corrective wave structure ended. It started from right over here all the way and ended up right over here. So this is the end of this corrective wave structure. As you guys can see, it obviously respected two important fib levels, the 38.2 and the 61.8% fib level right over here. So it ended up having a little bit of resistance right over here at 38.2% fib level, then ended up topping off right around the 50% level. Okay, so it just moved from the 38 all the way to the 50% level. Sorry about that, I thought it was 61.2, but it ended up just ending right around the 50% fib level because it couldn't end up breaching 61.8% level. If you guys were playing this, you could have obviously been trading from that high to that low, then obviously ending up at the 50% level, because there's a very high probability that it's not really going to end up crashing the 68.8% level due to the lack of volume. But of course, in case it ended up topping off at the 61.8% level, right, that could have been a very perfect buying, or rather selling opportunity. This could have been a very good selling opportunity if you ended up buying way below that area. All right, so now let's move over to the next one. So the swing high right over here all the way to the swing low. As you guys can see, when we retraced, or rather bounced back from this level, we ended up topping off right around the 50% fib level. This is where we actually faced a lot of resistance right over here, as you guys can clearly see. Then it actually ended up topping off right at the 61.8% level. So have you guys seen the pattern? Once you end up correcting, like for example at the 38.2% fib level, right? Just know that the next move is going to end up going to the 50% level. It's going to go like 1 fib level higher. That's just how it is. As you guys can see right over here on the next correction that we had, we ended up correcting at the 50% level, right? And then we ended up topping off at the 61.8% fib level, you know, just going slightly higher. So what are we going to be expecting this time around? This is the recent downward momentum that we had. We ended up, you know, going like right over there, and then we ended up going as high as yeah, let me just try to zoom this as much as I can so that we can have a better perspective. Yeah, so as you guys can see, we ended up retracing all the way up to about, you know, 50% fib level. This is where we had like a whole lot of resistance. Yeah, so as you guys can see right now, we are having a slight mini dump, and we might end up correcting here at the 23.6% level. This is where we might end up finding support, but in case we end up breaking this level, right, we might end up even going like way below this you know, support area that we had over here. It's not really going to surprise me in case we end up going there. I'm really prepared for that in case that happens. So we might have like a very long week, which is going to end up just happening like in a flash of a second. It's going to end up, you know, doing that. As soon as that happens, in case we're going to end up having to go way below this support level, right, just believe that we're going to have another bounce back, because we are correcting and we're not really done with the correction. And then later on, we are obviously going to move you know, sideways, just like we did right over here. We're going to end up, you know, bouncing, you know, back up down, and then eventually we are going to end up going to the 61.8 fib level. This is where we're going to end up finishing this corrective wave structure. Like anything which is going to be close to 3,623 US dollars or above is going to be something which is going to be a very good you know, price point in order for you to like close a trade. So what's really going to happen for me is, like, once we finish this particular move, like once we get close to the 61.8% fib level, right, I'm going to get out of my trades, because I don't really know exactly what Bitcoin is going to do, and you don't really want to like end up doing the wrong thing. So best believe when we get to the 61.8% level, I'm going to close all my trades. I'm just going to be in Bitcoin, because we might end up going higher or we might going to end up going lower. So whatever move we are going to start you know, making right over here, this is going to be like the general momentum of whichever price direction BTC is going to go into. So for example, if we end up doing that, right, then I'm going to have an idea that we are obviously going to have an upward momentum, and I'm obviously going to be doing my trades accordingly. If we end up going, you know, down like that, then I'm also going to start preparing my trades accordingly. So right over here at the 61.85% level, I'm going to get out of my trades, because I do not want to do the wrong thing, and right now we are in a very blurry situation. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys. So I hope you guys really understand and get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So let's move over to EOS, because I really believe EOS is in a very important scenario. So if I just had to like ask you guys, like, does this look familiar? Does this look similar to anything that we have experienced? Look at this chart. Look at this. So, yeah, just this area right over here. Does it look familiar to you guys? So I'm going to give you about 1 second. Please let me know what this chart looks like. Did you guess? According to my own observation, right, all this is very similar to one very important cryptocurrency, and it looks very familiar and very close to what we had with Bitcoin. As you guys can see, if I zoom out, this is pretty much the same thing happening with EOS. We had this upward momentum, right? Then we had the corrective scenario happening. Then we later on broke way below this price point. So I think this is basically what happened with EOS. We had the upward momentum, then we had the corrective wave structure, then we finally broke below the support level, and we had this downward momentum, as you guys can clearly see. Then we had this upward correction, and this right over here is the same pattern that Bitcoin was going through like in a while back, just a few weeks ago. As you guys can see, clearly broke the support right over there. It went down, then it had this corrective wave pattern right over there, and then right over here it was trying to do its thing, then finally broke downwards. So this is the same thing that we are experiencing with EOS right now. We are in this particular phase, and I expect EOS to break down in a few weeks from now. So this is what's really going to happen. So if we are definitely going to be preparing for this trade, I'm definitely going to be looking for shorting opportunities when it comes to EOS. So let me just briefly pull up the Fibonacci levels. So from the swing low all the way to the swing high right over here, right? So as you guys can see, we actually found support like right below the 38.2% level and just slightly above the 50% level. So what I'm trying to do right now, if you look at the Ichimoku cloud right over here, it's actually saying, or rather showing us that though there's going to be some good upward momentum right over here, so we can actually catch it a little bit higher. So what I'm about to do right now is I'm just going to be observing EOS, and in a few days when we are actually going to have like some upward momentum, I'm obviously going to be shorting it. And the most likely place where EOS is definitely going to go is obviously the 23.6% level. So I'm obviously going to be looking for shorting opportunities anywhere above the 23.6% level. So anything which is going to go slightly above the 69,000, the 0.00069 BTC, I'm going to be obviously looking for shorting opportunities, because we are definitely going to end up making a lower low, which is going to obviously crack this support level, just like the way BTC did. As you guys can clearly see, I don't know, like there's a whole lot of things here, so please bear with me. As you guys can see, we pretty much did the same thing. We actually broke this support level right over here, and we ended up going lower. So EOS is definitely going to have the same characteristics, and we are definitely going to break this area, and we are definitely going to end up going lower than that. And the most likely bounce for EOS is going to be the 61.8% level, like right around this price point right over here, at around 0.00057. So if you look at this percentage right over here, let me just briefly get the calculator, or rather the ruler. Let me just try to measure this. As you guys can see, this is going to be like huge percentage, like right over here. Let's say for example you end up shorting EOS like right around this area, right around this resistance area, if you can really manage to like get in, because as you guys can see, the Ichimoku cloud is showing us that we've got some upward momentum, and we've got good support level right over here. So I don't know, maybe we might end up going as far as that place, or we might end up just being right around this area, right below this area, according to the way the cloud is. We might just end up bouncing here. So just depending on how the situation is going to go and how the market is going to go, we are definitely going to find the best shorting opportunity. So we might end up just going as high as 68,561 Satoshi as far as EOS is concerned. But if you look at this profit margin right over here, this is going to be like a whole lot of money right over there. That's going to be a whole lot of money, and I'm definitely going to be enjoying that. I'm definitely going to be enjoying this. So let me just get the ruler once more. So that can be 14% profit. If you do 10x leverage, that's about 140% profit. So if we try to catch EOS, if it's going to go as high as that place, we might end up getting you know, more than 20% profit if it ends up going as high as that area. So that's basically what I really wanted to talk to you guys. There's obviously going to be plenty of opportunities. If you guys have got any other alternative cryptocurrencies that you are looking at, please let me know in the comment section below so that I can check them out. And I'm obviously going to be seeing you tomorrow, so be good, stay safe. In case you want to trade with leverage, you can always use my BitMEX affiliate link, because you're going to be receiving a whole lot of discounts in terms of the fees. So please do use the link in the description box below. So yeah, happy trading, stay good, stay blessed, and talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.
Said she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Said she wanna rock with a nigga like me.